Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative. Speaking to Ali Fazal about Kandahar film that's going to be coming out May 26th. Welcome to the show, man. Thanks so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. Looking forward.
It's interesting because this is what the movies are all about, in my opinion. This is your edge of your seat action film. I mean, this is what you signed up for if you think about it, right? Like a lot of people kind of dream of doing a lot of these action sequences and these kind of edge of your seat popcorn movies, right?
Yeah, it's all out there. I think it's the whole shebang. When I remember the first time I spoke to Rick, I was already in praise because he's from that world. He's created Greenland and Olympus Has Fallen, all these big ticket sort of hardcore action films, and this one was like a perfect mix because there was Thunder Road coming in, and so you know that the action's got to be, bang on. It's just a lot of guns blazing, testosterone heavy action, but I think that the choice to base all this in a very politically agitated Kandahar, a land that is just, almost like a battlefield in geopolitics and in the world politics. But at the same time, it's a spy thriller. And I had to train a lot for this kind of action.
And we're going to get into that. But I find it interesting in a work, because you've been a storyteller for quite some time. You worked on a lot of amazing projects in the US, UK, in India as well. But I find it interesting because, when you're watching Kandahar, like you know what you're getting yourself into as an audience member. You know what I mean? Like you know what it is. And there's a lot of like genre bending and experimental film happening these days, I find. So is it refreshing though to also kind of do a movie where you kind of know what to expect, so to speak, where there is a lot of like movies that are blending comedy with action and everything? We kind of know what we signed up for. I feel like there's a room for both of them, but what do you think about that? I'm curious.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, we've seen a big lull, right? Since the pandemic, nobody knows what's working, nobody knows what's driving people to the theaters. I mean, yeah, we're doing all sorts of films these days, and especially the Oscars. I mean, it's a testament for such amazing genres of films working, but there's always a maverick that has to be made because you know what you're signing up for. You know that you're going in to see a version of Tom Cruise and Top Gun and, and planes and action. But I suppose there's a sense of security there, for the audiences.
Yeah.
That, hey, you know what? I know I'm going to get this, and this is what I need right now. And but that said, I think this one has a little bit of heart. This has, he's punched it up using obviously the best of his techniques, which is action, and I think Rick does that pretty well. Yeah.
What are those conversations like with all the stakeholders involved with this film, Ali? What are the conversations like with the directors, the writers, your castmates, the stunt team? Like, I'm just curious, are each kind of stakeholder conversations different? Or is it kind of all about one goal to make an action-packed film?
No, actually, I think to begin with, it's very different. I mean, I remember the first time I spoke to Rick, and it was a very spiritual conversation I had. I mean, I never thought, because in my head, I'd read the script, this is action, this is a character, and then comes in Rick, and I hear him out, and I see this man trying to bring in some humanity in the middle of this madness. In fact, I think he kind of wrote the role or maybe expanded more on the role once he had a nice chat with me and we were, I was on board. And so, it's always that one essence that you can hold on to from the beginning and then you carry that forward. And then it's almost like you can throw that into, think about it. Let's say a movie like Interstellar, right? Essentially, at the crux of it, it's a father-daughter story. That's it.
Yeah.
And then everything else packs it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I think that's what I was always looking for. I'm always looking for that in all the movies that I'm doing.
It's
I
it's
found
it's funny you yeah, no, sorry, continue what you're saying. Sorry about that. There was a little bit of a lag.
no,
That's
no. I
why
mean,
I thought you were
no, no, no. I was just saying. I suppose I wanted to latch on to a sense of humanity there. You know, I like. Come on, we all know it's a big ticket action film, but at the end of the day, I think people walk in, you know, wanting to empathize with something, even though it could be even a horror film. You know, you are empathizing with the character who's who's gonna get spooked. But yeah,
That's my favorite genre.
I don't know.
I'm a huge horror movie fan because
Yeah.
do you like horror movies?
We were just up at this beautiful indie festival called Slam Dance.
Yeah.
For yeah, so my film called Underbug, which we won Slam Dance this year, and it's a horror film. It's a psychological thriller, and you know
Oh, man.
I was pretty excited. I love that genre, man.
That's
Probably
crazy.
send you a
We
link.
covered Slam Dance. I didn't see that on the. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna watch that one right away.
All right. Yeah.
I'm actually also a creative too. I just wrapped a short horror film that I co-wrote and produced last May.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So,
Dude, I'd love to watch it.
but
Yeah.
dude, it's crazy because I get like why film like storytellers do what they do after making that movie. You know what I mean? There's this like magic on set. You know what I mean? Like seeing
Yeah,
something
man.
on the
Yeah,
video
yeah.
village. Like I get it now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. For instance, I remember like I had no clue how I was looking because I was just totally focusing on getting, you know, just learning how to ride the bike. And it was dirt biking, and I was out there in the sand, in the desert, like riding that stuff. And suddenly, I think Jerry was, you know, recording the video village, and he sent me this video, and he's like, "Dude, this is looking legit. This is good." And I was like, "Shit, it's not bad." You know, we're doing something, we're making something, and yeah, beneath all the action, I think the conversations were essentially, you know, with all my co-actors, with all the colleagues, even with Jerry, was the sadness of that region in reality, that so many ideologies come together, and when you really come down there, it's just business. Nobody gives a shit about I mean, humanity's gone for a toss. You know, it's just dog eat dog, and yeah, it was fun. It was fun shooting.
I get that vibe too. Like a lot of characters are kind of thrown in a situation where they just have to adapt, and it's not going to be comfortable for the entire film. And it's kind of one of those things as kind of an actor, I feel like reading those arcs is going to be difficult sometimes, because I feel like there always is going to be that thought in the back of your mind that, like, you know, can you do this justice? This is a really tough kind of situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's always going to be there.
Yeah.
But what did you think? I mean, yeah, you saw it?
I did. And I think it blended a lot of that. I mean, let's be honest, the heart and kind of, it hits you pretty hard sometimes, a lot of kind of the emotional things in this. I think a lot of the movie is an action movie though, which is like, if you see kind of clips or like what's out there, which is unbelievable. I do have to ask, because I've kind of came full circle. I was interested in film. I studied film in college, and then I kind of got into sports and music and all that stuff. And I'm kind of back a little bit. Like, I'm running this media outlet, and like I said, I'm working as a creative and everything. And we had a, you know, international cinema class, and we did 2 full weeks on Bollywood. And I feel like the people, like, I feel like, you know, it's like Bollywood's huge, man. Some of these films are huge. The fan bases are just incredible and everything. And I feel like it's such a bummer because people don't know much about it. And it irritates me. So I kind of wanted to, when I got this interview confirmed with you, I wanted to talk to you about that, because like, I feel like it's one of those things where, what do you think about that? The exposure for Bollywood specifically?
I know what you mean. You know, Bollywood's huge, and you know, actually, Bollywood's in fact not even the name for the Indian film industry. Bollywood's just the Hindi-speaking belt, and India has got like some, you know, crazy, I don't know, 100, 200 languages. So we have like 3, 4 industries like that. And in fact, one of the best works that we are getting right now is from the south part of India, which is some Malayalam films. It's this language called Malayalam and Tamil cinema. So they're making like really genre bending noir films. In fact, I remember watching it during the Academy, the screeners that I get,
Yeah.
and I was pleasantly surprised. Like they're there, but I think somewhere we need a I don't know, like a PR presence or something,
But I feel like that's
in the rest of the world.
Netflix, though, is doing an amazing job in general of being able to showcase content from all around the world. I think all the other streaming platforms are trying to kind of follow suit, but Netflix is just... It's unbelievable to see these shows from small countries like the Norwegian shows and the Nordic shows that they're small shows that are huge. You know what I mean? Like,
they're so good and their scale is so good. I mean, I freaking enjoy watching that. Yeah. In fact, I think half of my stuff that I watch on Netflix is all international stuff. So
okay, so I have to tell you, so they played a movie once. I interviewed an actor named Ali Kazmi, who is in a few films. He's from Toronto, and he was kind of surprised about the movies that they were showing us during those the Bollywood weeks.
Oh God!
So they so they showed us a movie called Joom Bar Bar Joom.
Oh my God!
And then it had a song, right? Ticket to Hollywood. And they
oh my God.
Yeah, he said that he doesn't think apparently there's a lot of big actors
no, but he's
in that
right.
movie.
But that's the thing, he's right. Like that is not Indian cinema.
Yeah.
Those are like commercial, sometimes even slapstick movies that make money because a lot of our audiences are just looking for a weekend out with their families and almost like want to go watch no-brainer films. But dude, like I think the times are changing, and I think I'm an actor, but me and my partner we turned producers as well because we were like, dude, we got to make these movies, or even if we can't make them, we got to take them out to the world in the best possible way.
Yep.
And I think it's possible because the world got smaller, and
it did 100%.
So I'm looking forward to the next few years. Oh yeah, for sure. Because I don't know. I'm thinking of like there's a movie called Masan, that my wife was part of. It won the award at the Cannes Film Festival, or Gangs of Wasseypur. Like these are hardcore, really good Indian cinema, Indian films, which we're proud of. I mean, there's loads, but
It's interesting too because I just find it's funny you mentioned the producer thing. I feel like, I don't know if you agree with me on this. I feel like us being creatives, I think it simply just stems on the fact that we like to make things.
Yeah,
I think that's
you want to get done. You want to get stuff done.
I think that's what it is. Like, I don't think it's more than that, right?
Yeah, I mean, because you're out there. You might know another guy who knows another guy, and we're sitting. I mean, if I can write a story, and I think there are 6 stories in the world. They're all the same. We're just geographically in different places. The emotions are the same. We're all working with the 9 essential emotions that everybody is working on. Humanity works on that. That's it. It's all about storytelling and how you can write them down on paper. I mean, hell yeah. We want to do the same thing. Create as soon as we can.
It's amazing. And no, for sure. And people are going to be able to see Kandahar May 26th, and all the links and everything when I post this interview will be there available. And Ali, this was so great chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time, man.
No, man. Thanks. This is great. It's nice chatting with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So they can check out the film. Is there any, can you plug away? Is there any social media accounts they could follow, or anything for your producing stuff? Anything you want to plug away specifically?
I mean, my production house is called Pushing Button Studio. Of course, right now we're posting stuff from my handle, which is Ali Fazal 9 at Instagram. But yeah, I mean, I'm at this time. I think I'm really excited about Kandahar releasing on the 26th. And man, I was actually telling a friend of mine, like, hey, listen. So these are the handles. Follow Rick Roman Wall, follow Gerard Butler, because he has very bad social presence on Instagram. And I've been telling him, I'm saying, no, you got to post. And get more updates. But I think I think in good time I would love to chat with you again. Maybe bring my own film out there and
Anytime, man. Anytime. This was so great. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Until next time, it's Ali Fazal and Petey Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.